we're doing a video today to show an update on our sweet potatoes. We are at the point of needing to do the second step. I hope y'all can see how tall these are gotten. These are really big, and it has been like 1 month. I'm pretty close to 1 month since we put these in the jars, and we change the water every week or whenever it looked like it needed to be changed. So the next step, what we need to do is we need to take these potato slips and we need to get them to root. So you can do this either by using your fingers and just pulling them off like that, or you can use a pair of snips to do that. And the next thing we need to do is take off most of the leaves, and actually sweet potato leaves are edible, so if you want to, you can eat them. They don't have the best flavor to me, but if you'd like to, you can do that. And I forgot to show the next part. Hopefully you can see here. We are going to put some water in here, and this is I believe it's called the Beauregard sweet potatoes. I had bought actual plants, like a little 6-pack plant of these years ago, and I have just saved my sweet potatoes ever since then. So we're going to put these sweet potato slips in the water just like that, and each place where we took the leaves off here is like a node, and that will grow roots, and then we'll have lots of roots on that, and then we can just plant it out into the garden. So I'm going to go ahead and continue doing this. And I also don't plant my sweet potatoes out until, I don't know, usually it's always after Mother's Day for where I'm at, but I try and plant it out when the days are a lot warmer. They do not like the cold at all, so I always do that. And another thing, this will grow a whole nother set where we took these off. These will continue to grow, so I can usually get a couple of times off of this, and where they'll make roots, they make roots really quick. And I'll get another set of this, so I'll almost have probably double the harvest of this by the end of it, by it's time to plant them. But this one is crazy long. Like, here, we'll get this one off here and show you. It is crazy long. Like, look at that. It's gonna be so big. But I like to make sure mine are really long. If yours isn't this long, it's okay. I would wait until they are long enough, because you want them to have a lot of good roots, and I usually wait till they're at least a bit above the glass jar here. So we're going to continue on doing this, and we have a whole lot of this Beauregard kind. This is the only kind I've ever grown. There's another sweet potato variety that is supposed to be even better. It's like supposed to have better disease resistance, and I can't remember what it was called, but there's also that one too. But I'm going to continue on. We have quite a few. This is all the Beauregard here. They're all really long. Oh yeah, and I also have this other sweet potato. I'll just grab it really fast. This is a white sweet potato, and an easy way, instead of making tags for them to remember, I'm just putting it in a clear jar, whereas the others are in the colored jars. But this is a lot tastier to us. Sweet potato, we like the flavor of it. It's like a buttery taste, and we like that because of that, but it's not very productive. So we just grow this one basically for flavor. Okay, so I'm going to continue on doing this. This will take me a little bit, and I will show you where we're at, and I will also show you what our other sweet potatoes that we started a different way, how they're looking. Okay, as I was doing this, I discovered that there were a few of these that weren't quite as big. So instead of just leaving them on, they're growing so quickly, I decided we're just going to use like a pint jar here. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I make sure to use filtered water or rainwater. I don't like to use our city water. It has a lot of chlorine in it, so I always do that. And I just wanted to mention that. I think that's everything I wanted to say, that if they're smaller, you could just use a smaller jar and they'll still root. You just won't have quite as much space for them to root, but it will still work out just fine. Okay, after getting all the slips off of all these potatoes, we ended up with 6 of the really long Beauregards and 3 of the smaller ones, and we also ended up with 3 of the white sweet potatoes. And again, like I said, I will probably get a whole nother round of that before it's time to put them out. And then we also got a whole bunch of greens. You can eat those if you'd like to do that. And I still, like I have been doing with all of these, I'll add these to the list, and I just continue and change the water at least once a week, or if it starts to not look good. And it is really surprising how quickly these things will set roots. It's really surprising how fast these things set roots too. It happens so fast. But I just treat all of this the same, and I'll put it on the bar with all my other houseplants that I have, and just make sure I change the water at least once a week, and make sure to use filtered water as well. So that's pretty simple. I'm going to show you what our other sweet potatoes and the other way that we started them, what those look like. Now we're at our other method that we tried, growing both the Beauregard and the white sweet potatoes this way. So what I did is I just put them in a container and put them on a heat mat to help them start germinating and sprouting a lot faster. And in less than a week we had sprouts, and they're already this big. Now I don't know if this is the proper way to do it, but this is just how I've always done it. So as you've seen with the other ones, the starts had no roots or anything like that. But you'll see, so this is what I do at this stage. These are all the same age, about a month old. So this is what I do at this point. So as you can see, they're growing. And what I do is I literally just pull up like this. And you can see all of those roots there. These are awesome. They already are rooted and everything. It's not hard to do it the other way. But this is nice because it's already all done for you. And then what I do is I just put them in some soil like this and do it like this. Now last year I was really bad with my notes, and I don't know how well these produce, so I'm going to do better with my notes this year and figure this out. And another thing I do is with my labels, I just use a plastic blind and a pencil, and I write what kind it is. I'm just going to abbreviate here so I know that it's the Beauregard, and I guess I should put sweet potato here. I'm just going to abbreviate for that too. And then they tear really, really easy. I should have showed that better. But they tear really, really easy. And that's what I use for my labels. I'll show you another one back here. These are the, well, I guess maybe we'll do this big cluster here. I don't know. Let's see. I guess we'll do the white potato and see what they look like. So I'm going to just pull up. And you're going to hear ripping and stuff. And I still managed to get a little bit of root, and that's enough. Sometimes, you know, you may have some that don't work, but for the most part that it works really easily. But I mean, that's a tiny little leaf, and you get that much root with it, so it's pretty awesome. So we just plant it up like that, and I need to be sure and write that that's the white sweet potato. I just abbreviate so I know what I've got here, and then just tear it super easy like that. So there we go. Even the white sweet potatoes are doing good, and I'm really curious what this big massive amount is going to do here. So we'll just go ahead and pull it up and see. Oh yeah, each little piece here. This one has just a little bit of root, and this one has a lot. So we'll do that, and I'll plant those later. I'm just really curious. I'm sure y'all are probably curious too. So we'll pull this one off, and oh wow, look at that. I think I need a bigger container. I was curious what that was going to be like. That is awesome. Okay, so these, I'm not sure. Let's see. We'll have to look. Is this a, yeah, that's a Beauregard sweet potato. So I need to remember that. But I just wanted to show that. That is really cool. I'm going to get a bigger container because I was not expecting it to be that big. But that's the good thing about this way. And again, like I said, I can't remember about production. I will have to take better notes on that this year, and then I can get back to you next year on that. But it is super easy to do it this way too, because they already have the roots, and it's super simple and quick. That's everything that I can remember. And with these, I just put them outside on days that I can, out in the sunlight. Like I just brought these in from outside. It's a nice day out there today, although yesterday it was a stormy day and really high winds and stuff, so I kept them in. But I just put them out whenever I can and keep them in front of a window and watered. And I like to bottom water as well. I find that they do a lot better with that. But I'll just keep these, keep them growing, and I may need to pot them up. Like this one, it for sure needs a bigger pot. But I may need to pot them up in a month or so. We'll just have to look and see what they're looking like. Whenever Whenever you have them like this in a month, once the roots have established, you can kind of just carefully pull them out of the container and see what the roots look like. And if the roots are all over, you probably need to pot them up, and they will be a lot happier and just keep growing even bigger before you put them out into the garden. And like I said, I wait until it's pretty warm outside. I don't like it to be, I really prefer it to be in the nights to be around 60. I don't like it to be a whole lot colder than that, for sure no lower than the 50s whenever I plant them out, because I think that the cold stunts them a little bit. So I like to be sure and do that. And they're super easy whenever you plant them. Just make sure you give them a little bit of water here and there. And I don't know if they need fertilizer, but I give them a little bit of my homemade fertilizer every now and then, and it's super simple, and you get a whole lot from just a little bitty plant like this. It's amazing what they produce. Alright, thank y'all so much for spending time with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye!